Welcome to another episode, everyone. The Bloods versus the GDs. The bloody gang war, the bloody prison riot that left 7 inmates dead. We have footage of this riot. 7 inmates were murdered during this riot in South Carolina. A Crip also died, and some non-affiliates and so forth during this riot. And reportedly, it was over a cell phone or some business going bad about a cell phone. And again, 7, and check this out.
Central Dispatch.
Yes, I need first responders ASAP immediately in emergency. The ambulance, the Lee County Correctional Institution, there's been several stabbings and casualties laying out on the floor, man.
Who am I speaking with?
I'll never tell you that, but I'm telling you, it's going on right now, man.
Are you an inmate there?
Yes, I am, man. I'm an inmate, but it's the gangs members going against each other, man. It's blood against its arm.
And look, this is it right here. This is footage of it right here. Look, it's a lot of people out there in that day room. See people running around the top tier. Just keep paying attention. So this is an inmate on the phone, apparently with 911, the police, someone saying, I need help, we need help in here. Where you at? F3. He keep telling them I'm in F3. They trying to kill me. People in here laid out dead. They going up in there, man. Look at all these dudes over here in the corner. They apparently are all from the same gang, got their backs to the wall. And all these dudes up here on the top tier, they start going at it, bro. 7 people died. 7 people. They had big knives out there. Jeez.
Oh, jeez.
All right, so what unit is this going on in?
Huh?
What unit is it going on in?
It's going on in F3. F3, both sides, man.
Man.
F3?
I'm trying to get you guys down here to help us, man. The ones who not
Sir,
involved.
listen to me. What is the name of the unit?
It's, something unit. F3, man.
All right, we got units en route. Central Dispatch.
Yeah, I'm an inmate at Lee County Correctional Institution, and the inmates are trying to kill me in Unit F3. I need help ASAP.
F3?
Yeah, Unit F3 on Lee County Correctional Institution. Inmates are here trying to kill me.
All right, I'll try to get somebody to you. What's your name?
I'll try to get somebody to you. This operator don't give a damn. Man, what's your name? Where you at, man? Listen to me. Damn, man, they out there bleeding, stabbed up. They ain't got time to be trying to be all super cordial and all this. They're trying to get some help, some medical assistance and fast. One of these individuals may be one of the individuals that ended up losing their life. 7 of them did. Because this dude right here is just taking his time. That's what happens when you go inside. They don't care. You are on your own. How is it even that 7 inmates were able to die in that situation without the police being able to stop the situation before it escalated that far to where 7 individuals lost their life? The police were not able to intervene at any point. Coming there at the 1 or 2 individuals have lost their life, coming there and break up the riot, shoot your guns, your block guns, spray your mace, what have you. How does 7 individuals end up dying? Well, we can see why. It starts like this right here.
I can't tell you my name, but I need you.
Well, if you can't tell me your name, how am I going to get help to you?
Send help to the unit.
All right, we'll let them know.
When you need help, clear. Some of they come, they trying to buzz out the doors and all.
And you say your name is what?
So they got cell phones in there, and this started over a cell phone, again, reportedly, or cell phones, plural, I'm not sure, but supposedly this is what this was over. You see the dude right there laying up against the wall. We're about to see some more of him. He over there leaking, bro.
please.
See him right there. See what he has in his hand, in his right hand. He got the chopper. He got the blicky right there in his right hand, heading over here to this dude towards the wall, who is, as we can see, in dire straits. He can't get up right now. He's over there. He's leaking. He leaking bad. He heading right over there towards him.
Okay, I'll let him know.
You got to curve him, man. I'm going to die.
He got one too. He got a big old thing right there in his hand. Right there. Oh boy, went over there and approached him over there at the wall, but apparently he's about to let him go ahead and go.
Hello?
He held his hand
Yes,
up like,
sir.
man, come on, man. Look, that's blood on that wall. As he's getting up right there, you see the blood on the wall and where he was sitting down at right there. A pool of it. Wow.
Yeah, right now, trying to keep down the door. I need help.
And right there all on the back of his shirt. Blood. He leaking.
All right, sir. I got to get off the line to get him help. I got to get his call inside the prison, sir.
All right.
Jeez.
Shortly before midnight on April 15, 2018, inside Lee Correctional Institution in Bishopville, South Carolina, the prison began to fracture from within. On paper, it was a maximum security facility. In reality, it was overcrowded, understaffed, and increasingly controlled by inmate networks that operated through contraband cell phones and gang alliances. By 2018, officials had already acknowledged rising violence inside South Carolina prisons. But what was building behind those concrete walls would soon overwhelm every safeguard left in place. The first signs of unrest moved quickly through multiple housing units. What began as isolated confrontations escalated into coordinated, large-scale fighting involving rival inmate groups. Investigators would later determine that...
You could just see all the tension in there. They walking around, they talking to each other, they grouping up, talking. It's about to go up now. Ain't much you can do in that situation, though. What you gonna do, run in your cell? They come to your cell and get you. The police not there to save you. I don't see a police in sight. Everyone in there, they're in there on their own. This is what happens again behind the wall in prison. For those who do not know, I've done over 30 years of incarceration. I speak about it often here on the Inside Story with me, Damian Porter. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. When you see these individuals grouping up, you can cut the tension with a knife. We all know in these moments that what's on the table, what the conflict is about, and there's not much you can do. It's about to go up. We've already tried to resolve it verbally. That did not happen. That did not transpire. Now it's about to escalate into something else. All you can do in that situation really is get your weapon and protect yourself. Go on the offensive. Running in the cell or something like that is not going to help you because the guards are not even there to open your cell door, to shut it closed. If you are able to get it open, they can still come in there and get you. You just have to go for what you know, which is apparently what everyone did. But if 7 individuals lost their lives, then how many more were injured? And it should be noted that since this incident happened in Lee County in South Carolina, 29 inmates have been charged with 79 counts total. 29 inmates. The counts, of course, include murder. Since this,
gang rivalries, disputes over control of illicit prison economies, and retaliation cycles all converged at the same moment. Inside the prison, once violence begins, There is no perimeter to contain it. Hallways became choke points. Dormitories became battlefields. Cells became both refuge and trap. Inmates who were not directly involved were swept into the chaos, forced to choose between hiding, fleeing, or being pulled into the violence. Within minutes, the situation expanded beyond the control of the limited correctional staff on duty. Multiple housing units were engaged simultaneously, making immediate intervention nearly impossible without risking additional loss of life among officers. Homemade weapons appeared almost instantly. Sharpened metal, broken fixtures, sections of bunk beds. Anything capable of inflicting harm became part of the fight. Investigators would later recover dozens of improvised weapons from the aftermath, each one a silent marker of how the prison environment itself had been converted into armament. The violence lasted more than 7 hours. When it ended in the early morning hours of April 16th, the prison held a toll that immediately placed the incident among the deadliest correctional facility riots in modern American history.
Yeah.
7 inmates were dead.
7 inmates dead. Lasted 7 hours. Can you imagine? What the hell were the police doing all of that time? 7 hours? Yeah. So people are going to die in that situation because some of those individuals, I'm certain, could have been saved had they intervened, the police. This is not to blame the police and the ambulance or the medical staff there for everything. These inmates went at it on their own for their own reasons. No one made them pick up knives and start stabbing one another. I'm just saying, though, that my goodness, we can see from the 911 call that your life is not valuable once you are incarcerated. They do not care about you. They do not even really see you as a human being. So they were in no rush to get there and help save some of these individuals and save some of their lives. 7 hours, certainly some of these individuals who ended up losing their lives could have been saved. Certainly. They had stab wounds. Some of them ended up bleeding out after 7 hours. Stab wounds, they laying there waiting for help. We see that they making phone calls and everything else. They got cell phones in there. Ironically enough, this is allegedly what this whole thing was over. Cell phones, but they have cell phones in there, and we can see them there calling for help. Yeah, desperation done set in at this point. They're trying to get some people in there to help, to squash this thing. And because people are losing their lives, and the 911 caller, as we can see, he's in no rush. No one is in any rush. Now, had this been police or whatever, they're hostages, they would have came in there immediately and saved them. But you may even say, well, yeah, they're police. Well, an inmate's life matters as well, but not in this situation. This is oftentimes the case. This is just why you have to stay out.
They're identified as Michael Millage, 44. No publicly confirmed gang affiliation. DeMonte Marquez Rivera, 24. Gangster Disciples. Raymond Angelo Scott, 36. A high-ranking Bloods member. Joshua Swin Jenkins, 30. No publicly confirmed gang affiliation. Corey Scott, 32, reported Crips affiliation. Eddie Casey, Jay Gaskins, 38, no publicly confirmed gang affiliation. Cornelius Quantrell McClary, 33, no publicly confirmed gang affiliation. Each of these men had arrived at Lee Correctional Institution, serving sentences for prior convictions. Inside the prison system, their identities were often reduced to inmate numbers. But after the riot, Their names became
no public gang affiliation for some of them. You see, one was a Crip, a Blood, a GD, some non-affiliates. Everyone is just in there caught in the crossfire. Not every one of them gangs had something to do with the situation. It apparently became a situation that devolved into complete chaos and violence that involved everyone there. No matter where you were from, at this point, you just got to start getting down, swinging your knife to protect yourself. It apparently became one of those type of situations. Not good.
Central to one of the largest and most complex homicide investigations in South Carolina history. As dawn broke over the facility, the scale of destruction became visible. Blood stained the floors of multiple dormitories. Cells had been torn apart, with mattresses shredded and metal frames broken into pieces. Walls showed signs of repeated blunt force impacts. Makeshift barricades had been constructed in some areas using prison furniture, suggesting attempts by inmates to defend themselves during the prolonged violence. Some victims were found where they had fallen. Others were discovered in different locations throughout the housing units, indicating that movement and pursuit had occurred during the attacks. The sheer spread of the scenes made it immediately clear to investigators that this was not a single incident, but a series of overlapping assaults occurring across the prison simultaneously.
You'll see they leaking.
Emergency response teams entered only after order was gradually restored.
Right.
Medical personnel moved through the units treating the wounded, but for the 7 men who had died, there was nothing that could be done.
Not now.
The official count also included more than 20 injured inmates. Many
territory contraband probably provoked prison riot that killed 7 inmates, injured 17 others. I figured a lot had to have been injured if 7 died. And yeah, there it is, 17 injured, and that's just probably the more serious injuries. I'm surprised it was not more than that, considering how many people were out there, and that it went on for 7 hours. This is a total of 24 people, but it went on for 7 hours. But again, this is probably the critically injured. Oh man, that had to have been a scary situation for everyone involved, no matter how tough you are. And this is why individuals are so tough on the rules in there, and getting rid of your own people, removing them from the yard when they do something that they're not supposed to do or get into it with another faction. Because if not, then there's a war and people die in these wars. It has nothing to do with fear. You don't do what you're supposed to do, where you can start a war, we're going to get rid of you. Because if not, people die.
With stab wounds and blunt force trauma, serious enough to require hospitalization or extended treatment. As investigators from the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division began processing the scene, they were confronted with one of the most complex prison crime scenes in recent state history.
Yeah.
Every dormitory had to be treated as its own crime scene. Every cell required documentation. Every piece of broken material had to be evaluated as potential evidence. And every inmate present during the riot became a potential witness, suspect, or both. The first challenge was reconstructing time. With surveillance footage limited and often obstructed during the riot, investigators relied heavily on physical evidence, inmate statements, injury patterns, and contraband cell phone data to rebuild the sequence of events. Communication records recovered from inside the prison system later became critical in identifying potential coordination before and after the violence. As evidence accumulated, a clearer picture emerged of how quickly control had collapsed. What began as localized fighting spread across multiple units almost immediately. Once that expansion occurred, the prison's staffing limitations became a critical factor in how long the violence continued unchecked. Officials would later explain that entering uncontrolled housing units with insufficient personnel risked turning a prisoner riot into a mass casualty event involving correctional officers as well.
It was already a mass casualty event. It did not involve officers, but it involved people that they just do not care about. And why do you have insufficient staff to enter and quell a situation like this? You have trained individuals, and you should have enough staff to quell a riot that causes 7 deaths. There's no excuse.
But for those inside the prison that night, time moved differently. 7 hours of violence inside a confined environment meant repeated waves of attacks, shifting control between inmate groups, and moments where individuals had no ability to escape or seek protection. By the time silence finally returned to Lee Correctional Institution, the damage was irreversible.
Yeah.
The aftermath images released to the public showed what words could barely capture. Blood-soaked concrete floors, destroyed living spaces, torn bedding, bent metal, and the unmistakable signs of a prison that had been consumed by internal war.
Hey. Wow. That's messed up, man. It's just brothers, unaliving one another, whether it be on the streets or in prison. We're going to find a way. All those brothers, I didn't see nothing but brothers in there in the whole little yard, building. And they're living miserable lives, of course, being in prison. Any small thing could ignite that situation. It's going to be hard for them to focus that sort of violent energy upon someone else. There's no one else there. So they're going to turn it internally and fight amongst one another. The same thing that happens in the ghettos, catacombs, and grottos of America. We turn our angst towards one another as if we have no other outlet. In this situation, they probably did not. It's unfortunate, man. Rest in peace to all those individuals that lost their lives. And, again, I'm just going to assume, based on my common sense, that this was a very scary situation, no matter how big and tough you are, with so many people there, 100 people there, and everybody fighting and swinging knives and people falling and dying and blood everywhere. I don't care how tough you are, you can't stab everybody right there. You can get one in the neck, behind your back, you can lose your life, no matter who you are in that sort of situation. Just get one and it's over. Oh, man, that was rough. The only remedy, of course, is to stay out of prison and stay free, people. That's it. Stay out of these situations. Because once you're in there, again, you're on your own. It's hard. The guards are not going to save you. We've seen situations where the guards are standing right there as someone is brutally attacking you. You have multiple stab wounds and the guards do absolutely nothing. So the only remedy, again, is to stay out of the situation to begin with. Let me know what you think in the comments. Jeez. Stay safe and stay free. People.